DeLinda Ridings, and I'm Field Director for South Carolina for Jon Huntsman's presidential campaign. Rich, thank you so much for letting me come. I was on schedule to come last month, but Governor Huntsman's daughters were in town, so I couldn't be here. Today I've gone from Anderson to Lawrence, home very quickly for about 45 minutes, and then back to Lexington. And that's pretty much what 3 or 4 of my days a week are like. We're trying to hit the state as much as we can while Governor Huntsman is using most of his time in New Hampshire right now. He will be here a couple of days and a couple of weeks, and his daughters and his wife will also be here. But anyway, and if you're on my email list, I'll make sure you know that. And I have an email list back in the back that you can sign up. And when he's in town, I'll make sure I get that information to you. But I just wanted to quickly tell you one of the reasons, some of the reasons why I have chosen to work for Governor Huntsman. I do not work for candidates unless I totally wholeheartedly believe in what they stand for. When I was offered a job with the presidential campaign, I was offered 3 positions. I was offered a position with Bachman, I was offered a position with Valenti, and I was offered a position with Huntsman. And I took one whole weekend and I sat down and I put 6 variables on a piece of paper. And I said, there's no human alive that can come close to this. But what I'm going to do is the one that has the majority, that's the one I'm going to investigate the most. And that was Governor Huntsman. One of the top things I put on my list was fiscal conservative, because I believe that's what it's going to take to turn this country around. Governor Huntsman has a record of fiscal conservative. He was a governor for 6 years in the state of Utah. He has real solutions. He turned that state around. It became known as the #1 best state for tax reform, #1 best state for best management, and #1 best state to grow jobs in. Governor Huntsman signed a radical tax reform policy and initiated a flat tax when he was governor of Utah. He also started a job growth policy there. And when we were in 2008 deciding whether to accept stimulus and our unemployment was rising, Utah had a 3.7% unemployment rate. They were putting people to work. Governor Huntsman has been involved in a business his whole life. His family has had Huntsman Corporation. Not only have they been global in their business, but his father in the last 10 years has started a cancer institute. That's very close to me because my brother and my mother both died of cancer. So he's also involved in health reform, and he wants to see the Obamacare repealed. And also, I needed to tell you this real quick. I keep forgetting about this, and this is most important. Governor Huntsman is the only candidate running that has been Senate confirmed unanimously 3 times. And he's the only candidate running that has foreign policy experience. He's been our ambassador to Singapore, he's been our ambassador to China, and he's also been our national trade representative. Governor Huntsman has worked for every president since Ronald Reagan. And when he's called, just like he just was our ambassador to China, and he resigned back in April to run for the President of the United States of America. And when he's called in time of war or by any president to serve his country, he's there. When he was in town just a few weeks ago for a town hall with Tim Scott, his wife was sharing with me privately about, this was during the time of the Navy SEALs accident. And we were talking over to the side, and she said, you know, DeLinda, I've never seen John cry before. And they have 7 children. 2 of those are adopted. Gracie May is 12 from China, and Asha is 5 from India. And Gracie May came running downstairs and said, Mom, Dad's upstairs crying. And she said, so she ran upstairs to see what was wrong. About that time, Governor Huntsman came over, and he finished the conversation. He said, I was sitting there watching the Navy SEALs accident. And he said, I was thinking, our 2 boys are in the Navy. I could never think about them not coming home again, not ever seeing them again. I was sitting there thinking about all these parents of these Navy SEALs that will never see their children again. And he said, I don't know how they do that. He said, but that just confirmed to me that I'm reaching out and I'm going for my calling again, but this time to become President of the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why I'm supporting Governor Jon Huntsman for president. He is a leader. He is a leader with real solutions. He has executive experience, and he's put it to use. And I would like for you to go to our website, and that's JON2012.com, and research Governor Huntsman. While you're there, go to a part of the website that I use daily. I get talking points all the time. but I still go to a part of our website called the Reality Room. In the Reality Room, you can find answers to your questions that you, as an average American, would want. You can ask questions and they'll be answered. So, and also, our office is here in Columbia. It's on Gervais Street. It's right across the street from the Clarion. We are here for you, and if you have any questions, Rich, Preston, several people in this room have my contact information. If not, I have some stuff in the back of the room, and I'll be glad to answer any of your questions. Thank you.
Thank you, DeLinda. Appreciate it.